Hello, everyone. Shadow here to strike your day full of entertainment and information. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the image I found the other day, or 3 weeks ago. Sorry, it's been a crazy month. But I'm back now, and I'm planning on doing multiple videos to make up for the time that I was gone. Shout out to Ryan Wilkinson, my fellow Slytherin, and the only person who commented and on my last video. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for keeping me straight and reminding me that I need more videos. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about the image. As you can see here, I already have it pulled up, and I probably won't switch. I might throw in a few videos here and there, but here it is. As you can see, it shows the arm and then like the arm anatomy and then the bat anatomy, and then it kind of shows the smaller image where the person has two bat wings. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about Transfiguration. As most people know, it's years 1 to 5, and then if you pass the owl exam, you can go to finish it off for 6 and 7. But 6 and 7 is whenever it gets super advanced, and usually when they do human transfiguration. So if we do start in year 5, as everyone is saying we do, then we would most likely not learn about it until if they do it like Bully or even the Hogwarts Mystery app. I actually kind of liked how they did that, but that's for another video. Where they have years, and then each year you have something that happens, and you can learn more spells, do different things like that. I think that would most likely be what happens. So it's kind of interesting to think about how they're going to do all this, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. But I'm not here to talk about that this time. I'll probably do a video on it later. But today I'm going to talk about Transfiguration. So, kind of researching it a little bit, it's more of more of a scientific magic, rather than like charms where it's more, I don't want to say emotional, but, it's easier than Transfiguration. While Transfiguration, it's an exact magic. If you don't do it exactly right, something can mess up, something can go wrong, and we actually see that quite a bit in the books. The movies don't really follow the minor details of like classes and everything like that, which is why I love the movies. I think they're great if you don't want to read or anything like that. But yeah, anyway. So it's just interesting because, you can, once you read the books, you kind of see how difficult it is. Hermione, of course, can do it within 10 minutes, but that's just because that's who she is. But like Harry and Ron and even all the other people in the class, it takes semesters, and even the next year, they're still having problems with the same spell. It's because they don't practice it. It's because they didn't master it before. So, and laziness, but that's how kids are. So I don't know. I kind of just like went through all the information I could find on Transfiguration, and the next point I found was, it's extremely difficult to change something the size of a dragon, let's say, even by someone as skilled as, Dumbledore or McGonagall. Well, I don't know. Dumbledore is a different story, but let's say McGonagall. She wouldn't be able to transfigure uh, a house or a castle, or maybe she would be able to, but it would be very difficult. So I doubt that we would be able to in the game. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't really see a purpose for it in game mechanics. Let me know if you guys, what you guys would change. If it was that big, or what you would change it into, something like that. So the next point was that, you can't transfigure the dead back to life. This is not in Fury. This is like literally changing or transfiguring someone back to life. In Fury are actually um, kind of puppets. They're puppets of the wizard who made them, and they're not sentinel really. It's more of like, I give you this order, so go do it. They're kind of puppet slaves, everything like that. So we couldn't do that. But we are all discussing um, how evil can we go? Could we make Inferi? I don't really know the spell. Maybe I'll have to do a video on that later, but a video on Inferi. But if we could do that, that'd be kind of cool. So 4 branches are Transfiguration, Untransfiguration, Vanishment, and Conjuration. So we'll kind of talk about each of those. I kind of want to point out Conjuration first. Saying, like in book 7, how Ron is irritated because Hermione can't just conjure up food, and she says the conjuration is limited to the five laws, 5 rules of Gamp's law. But yeah, so we do have limitations, which I love in games and stories and different things like that. You can't just go and do everything you want right away, or even when you get more skilled. There are laws, there are limitations. um Talking about laws, actually, it'd be kind of interesting to see um what laws are actually in place in the late 1800s, because I know a lot of laws were, not a lot of things have happened in the 1800s, at least during the history or what we can find. A lot of people have done videos on that. Um, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what laws are set in place. Laws like the animagi, that will most likely be in there. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see maybe where the reason why people have to register that they're animagus. As you could probably guess, animagus is heavily focused in this branch of magic. So, seeing this image of the arms turning into bat wings could be signs of animagus. I don't think so. I think it would be cool if we could. Because I think it would be awesome to be an animagus, but it does have limitations. Let's say like you do it and you're like Sirius Black, you're a big wolf. Okay, well then you wouldn't, or a big dog. He's not a wolf, he's a dog. He wouldn't be able to fit into small places like Peter Pettigrew. That was a rat. Maybe you and your friends actually go and all become animagus, and then you kind of have a whole set of, that would actually be kind of cool, actually, for all your friends to actually be animagus too. Hopefully they wouldn't copy the Marauders where one of your friends is a werewolf, so you go and all. I think that's just lazy writing to me. There's a lot of other reasons why people would want to become animagus, or maybe it was the thing at the time to become animagus. See who could do it, see who couldn't do it. If you could do it, then you were known as one of the most powerful wizards. That's why I think human transfiguration would probably be more practical, just because you are able to change into different animals and different at different times. So you could be like, oh, I need to fit through this tiny little hole, let's change into a rat. Or I need to get up on top of this tall building, let's change into a eagle or a owl or something like that. I think it would be more practical. Definitely a lot harder, or even as the picture shows, I need to get up on top of the house. I'm gonna have bat wings and fly up there. The problem with this one though is that I'm transfiguring into an animal without unlike the animagus, the person would get the intelligence of the animal. And that's a really weird okay, anyway. So let's say, you turn into a dog, and you are very smart. Your intelligence would go down to what the dog's intelligence would be. So that could be problematic as well. Now, I mean, they could just say, that doesn't happen with you. Okay, easy way to get around it. I don't know. I'm interested to see how they will do this, because I would really love to see human transfiguration and animagus. Going along with other transfigurations, if you don't do it right, if you're not absolutely right, then you won't. It would be improper. So, like with human transfiguration, like Victor Crumb, during the second task, he transfigures himself into a shark. He did it wrong, so it was only like the head of a shark. Or was it the top? No, it was the head of the shark, with teeth actually in wrong places, so he couldn't even bite. So it's kind of interesting, if we could do that, if we try to do it and we haven't studied it, or we haven't, gone to classes enough, we try to do it and then we just become half of the animal. I think that'd be really cool if they could integrate that. So yeah, there's not much else to talk about with this one. Just human transfiguration is transforming body parts, or even the whole entire body, into another form. Oh yeah, this was actually done to kind of replicate the natural abilities of the metamorphomagi, whatever Tonks is. I don't know how to say it. Where they can literally change their body at will. I think it would actually be kind of cool if we were one of them. Like that's one of our powers that we can change. I doubt it will be, but I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to change at will. And character appearance, we're able to change it. We're able to be like, oh, I want to have red hair today. I want to, and you just kind of change everything. But yeah, that's pretty much the video I have today.